It's real fun because you don't have any authority to do anything.
You want to make a bet?
Yeah, I'll make a bet. Yeah, don't try and grab my phone again.
So I feel like there's been this epidemic lately of like old people getting themselves into violent situations. And this is no different. This is in Florida. It involves some man who I believe lives in like some kind of gated community.
Get your hands off of him.
Give me my phone. It's going to security.
Get your hands.
So this is a gated area. This is a grown-ass old man going after some young kid, took his phone. Some other woman is telling the kid who wants his phone back to get his hands off of the older man.
Off of him.
Who has hands on? I'm calling my mom. Give me my phone.
Wait.
I said,
Hey, what's wrong with you?
Let me take a second.
just relax.
You're gonna get hurt.
Just relax.
Yes, I live here.
Are you doing wheelies down the front?
Yes, and I told him to stop. He laughed in my face.
Leave him alone.
On the video, like I'm
Hey. I don't know how many times I told you to stay off.
What failures are these fucking adults? In what world is it sensible for you to take someone else's property and then stop them from being able to call their parents?
Florida.
If that's my kid, we have a big problem.
Mm-hmm.
We have a huge problem. Every time I mention kid, I'm always going to have a moment.
No, go ahead.
To me, watching those adults yank this kid like that when he's trying to get his property back is insanity.
Bro,
But this is like one thing, when people say respect your elders, I agree. That's something I've always lived by my whole life. But some of you elders ain't shit. Some of you adults in your 40s and 50s ain't fucking shit. You guys are actually hot garbage. And the idea y'all would take this man's property, I don't care how you feel about the kid or whatever it is. You can't take his shit. You can't take his phone. And then to yank him off and then put hands on him when he's trying to get his property back, you guys have failed. The woman recording going, yeah, at the outrage. Why weren't you outraged when that man took his shit? And I haven't even gotten to what the old man did. A kid in a moving vehicle, a moving bike, and you throwing shit at him? You throwing objects? You trying to push him off the bike? What the fuck is going on?
At the beginning of the video, you said, I don't know, there's an epidemic of old people getting themselves into a violent situation. You're acting like this is new. It's not new. They've always been doing that. Mm-hmm. It's just that now it's recorded. But they've always, get off my lawn, and then try to confront people. That's always happened. Always. Always. They try to confront people thinking they're entitled or thinking that they're going to respect me because I'm old, because I did. Yeah, okay. You don't have to act wild. But this is not something that's new. On top of that, it is Florida. Entitled old people. The most place that I've seen entitled old people, it's got to be Florida. Yeah. And those gated communities, because gated communities are things where they feel like, yeah, I'm secured. It's my thing. It's my turf. HOAs are crazy. And HOA presidents are crazier in Florida, trust.
A viral confrontation inside a West Boca gated community involving a teenager on an e-bike has now escalated into a felony case.
Good.
Well, now, after weeks of questions about whether more serious charges would be filed, he's been booked into the Palm Beach County lockup.
Jim and Liz, this confrontation between a man and a kid on an e-bike has gotten so out of control it actually ended right here at the Palm Beach County Jail. Since the man at the center of this viral video was first given a notice to appear for a misdemeanor charge, then we saw more misdemeanor charges getting added on. And fast forward to right now, he's been booked for a felony robbery charge.
Give me my phone. Give me my phone.
Dude, get your hands off of him.
The video that spread across South Florida, a 13-year-old surrounded by adults inside the gated Lotus community in West Boca Raton. Now, 62-year-old Michel Schumen has been booked into the Palm Beach County Jail after prosecutors upgraded the case to felony.
I just want to leave his picture up there for a few seconds, okay? Let's just take a second.
This case was moving out of misdemeanor court, but at the time, prosecutors wouldn't say why. Now we know. Court records accused Schumen of taking the teen's phone while the boy was aware it was happening.
Give me my phone.
And under Florida law, that moment matters.
So the boy here was clearly aware, and the act was sudden. So that's why you have this charge, which, if proven, can get the defendant in a whole lot of trouble.
It's a third-degree felony, punishable by up to 5 years in prison.
It's real fun because you don't have any authority to do anything.
Security does.
Deputies say Schumen followed the child on a bike, threw a water bottle, and took the boy's phone during an argument over reckless e-bike riding.
The video, of course, is key. It removes the whole he said thing.
But the defense says the viral video doesn't tell the full story. Schumen's attorney tells CBS 12 News his client plans to, quote, vigorously defend against the charges, adding there's important context the public has not yet seen, including previous community complaints about the teen's e-bike riding. Now, Schumen is currently out on bond, but we've also been getting a lot of questions about the other adults you can see in that video.
Yes.
They'll be facing any charges. A second man seen in the video has now been arrested.
Yes.
You may remember the clip, a 13-year-old surrounded by adults inside the gated Lotus community just screaming for his phone back. And now 53-year-old Ari Brooks, who's seen there wearing a black shirt and sunglasses, is facing the same felony robbery by sudden snatching charge as Michel Schumen. Now, investigators say video shows Brooks taking the child's phone, then walking out into the street, even holding it out as it appears to be ringing, and the kid is continuously asking for his phone back. Now, under Florida law, prosecutors say the victim only has to be aware that his property's been taken for it to become felony robbery.
Good.
He's aware. He's aware.
Honestly, like, this is so bizarre. I can't imagine on what planet you could feel that comfortable taking someone's shit right out of their hands like that and holding it out as a regular citizen.
Oh.
Go talk to me.
That's very simple.
Talk to me.
That's very simple. I've seen that happen in schools. The fact that people are adults and they are older, they feel they can disrespect the kids as they please. And I understand you have certain agencies on the kids, but there's a little line that you cross sometimes.
Okay, to me, that's not even remotely the same. When your parents send you off to school, you are in their custody or in their care for that period.
Right.
Right. Me personally, with the phones being interfering with a lot, if they got I don't mind them taking the phones. That's different to me than this situation.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not even saying that, they have phones at school. I'm only talking about the disrespect aspect. I've seen teachers speak to kids in ways that, you're a teacher, but the way you talk to kids, and I know you talking to those kids just because there's kids. I'm not talking about you need to subsidize a phone. So no, I'm not talking about. I'm talking about the level of disrespect. Right. And in that case, you see a kid. Yeah, he's probably driving recklessly. But the fact that you are entitled as an adult, you're like, I could do it. I don't care. I know that I'm an adult. I can do it. I don't care. What are you gonna do about it? They are entitled, and the older they get, the worse it gets. Yep. That's what we see here. Yep. The entitlement. I could take your phone. I'm an adult. What you gonna do, kid? I can't spank you, but I'm gonna hold this phone because it's felony. It's robbery. Yeah. You took him for
maybe he was riding his e-bike dangerous. You know what else is dangerous? Throwing a water bottle at someone who's on a bicycle in a moving vehicle. Mm-hmm. That's also dangerous. Like, don't pretend you riding within inches of him to have an argument instead of actually just biking around safely. That's also dangerous. Like, these adults have failed miserably. But just the putting the hands on the kid, taking his property, insanity. And the fact that other adults stood by and supported it, there's an entitlement. There's a weird entitlement. Maybe this is more normal than I know. Maybe it is. I just personally have never seen that from adults in my neighborhood. Maybe, but again, I didn't grow up in the cell phone era like they did. So,
Florida, gated community, everything is there. All the information that we need is right there.
Okay.
The more gated community your area is gonna feel, the more you're gonna feel like there's entitled people around there.
I'll also say, just from watching this clip, I'm glad that they took it seriously. I'm glad that they're pressing charges. Mm-hmm. But I really do feel like I've seen a rash of incidents of old people starting violent incidents. Most of them ending really badly for the old people because obviously
they old.
And their judgment sometimes a bit compromised.
I think it's just because
if you're that old, that frail, and starting a violent situation, you're compromised, generally speaking.
I think it's because it's filmed. Back in my days, the Karen thing, we just put a name on it and it was out there. Karens has always existed. Karens and old ones too. You know what I mean? Like oldies. Hag, that word is the ancestor of a Karen. Okay. Someone just nagging all the time. It's been that.
Glad they're going to jail. I hope that felony stays on because, we don't want that man to travel anywhere with that. Michael Schumacher, whatever the fuck his name is, do I suspect he's going to have jail time? I'd be surprised. Probation, probably, but
maybe
who knows?
A fine.
Big old fine. Shout out to the kids' parents, because I imagine the kids' parents probably didn't let that shit go. And good for them, because they bust that shit up from a misdemeanor to felony, get the second bitch involved. Yeah, So that's all I'll say about that. HOA, I would never do. All the stories I've heard, every time it just sounds like it's horrible.
I like the aspect of having a gated community, certain aspects of a gated community. If you're not in your house, someone is guarding it. But the downsides, oh my days, bro.
I've heard horror stories. People talking about we're going to repossess your house if you don't adjust this or whatever. I'm like,
They can throw you out.
when I was hearing the stories, I was like, why would everyone sign up for this shit? So someone can tell me how to, on the property that I bought? Hell no.
It's policing without the police. It's a lower grade. You have police, you have rent-a-cops, and you have HOAs. Okay. And they try to police it before they escalate it into rent-a-cops. Rent-a-cops is the security guards.
Gotcha.
Right? I was one. I'm cool. Whatever. And then after that, escalated to po-po. Call the po-po ho.